During the current discussion, I was working at Paris and actual that how we can using the with the this is really
Next, I think Mitigation. Good morning. Welcome to the live streaming of procurement activities of Albay 3rd Engineering District. Pre-bid conference of three civil works which are contract ID 25 FO0067, 25 FO0068, and 25 FO0069. Before we will commence this pre-bid conference, we'd like to acknowledge the presence of the prospective leaders, our Bank Secretariat Head, Engineer Nota, DPWH Head, Engineer Bobis, and the representative from the Planning and Design section, and for the attendance of the back members, Engineer Revilla, Engineer Arevalo,
present.
Jocelyn Bola,
Present.
Engineer Moit,
Present.
Engineer Arieta, and yours truly the back chairman. So we have a quorum. We'll proceed now for the discussion of contract ID 24 FO0067, name of contract, organizational outcome 2, protect lives and properties against major floods, flood management program, construction, maintenance of flood mitigation structures and drainage system, construction of flood mitigation structure along Balogo River, Barangay Balogo was Albay. The approved budget for the contract is 135,100,000. Contract duration is 300 calendar days. For work category code as per DEO 117 series of 2017 is FCS PS. Qualified prospective bidders should be registered in the Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board with a pickup license of category B or region A. Amount of bidding documents is 50,000 pesos. For the minimum equipment requirements, 1 unit backhoe 0.8 cubic meter capacity, 1 unit cargo truck 9 to 10 metric ton capacity, 1 unit concrete vibrator, 1 unit dump truck 12 cubic yard capacity, 1 unit 1 bagger concrete mixer, 1 unit payloader 1.5 cubic meter capacity, 1 unit vibrohammer 60 tons capacity, 1 unit water pump with 100 mm suction diameter 50 mm. 1 unit water truck with pump with 16,000 liters capacity. This requirement is common to all. The list of equipment required must be supported with proof of ownership, updated ORCR, and in case of this construction contract agreement, the agreement should be contract and project specific and also comply with the required equipment capacity as per bid data sheet of this project. For the required laboratory equipment are the applicable testing equipment as enumerated 1XA of Department of the 11 series of 2017 DAS equipment. For the scope of work and specification will be discussed to us by the representative from Planning and Design section. Please discuss.
Good morning, everyone. The proposed project has a physical target of 682 linear meters flood control structure with the station limits of 0+084 to 0+766 at the right side facing upstream from the Balogo Bridge. This structure has 6 meters steel sheet piles to be driven below the ground. The pile cap is a Class A concrete. The project is a 6 meters high structure from the top of the pile cap to the top of the structure with 2 meters width top girth. The structure contains hand-glide rock embankment with 500 millimeter steel stone masonry and covered with concrete slope protection and parapet wall. Interlocker walls are provided every 25 meters interval. The concrete slope protection is double reinforced 0.2 meters thick structural concrete reinforced with 12 millimeters diameter bars is spaced at 0.3 meters. Installation of 38 meters diameter GI steel railings is located every 50 meters. The project has a total duration of 300 calendar days based on Department Order number 71 series of 2013 and considering the predetermined unworkable days. The standard labor rates as of December 2024 for required compensation of manpower, workforce, and accelerates series of 2021 edition of 26 for rental rates of utilized equipment for the project. And that's all. Thank you.
For the next contract ID to be discussed is contract ID 25-40068. Name of contract, organizational outcome to protect lives and properties against major floods. Flood management program, construction maintenance of flood mitigation structure and drainage system, construction of flood mitigation structures along Badian Dam, Barangay Badian, Albay. The approved budget for the contract is 135,100,000 pesos. Contract duration is 300 calendar days. Work category code as per DEO 117 series of 2017 is FCS-PS. Qualified prospective bidders will be registered and classified by PCAM with at least license category B or medium A. The amount of bidding document is 50,000 pesos. For the minimum equipment requirements, 1 unit backhoe 0.8 cubic meter capacity, 1 unit cargo truck 9 to 10 metric ton capacity, 1 unit concrete vibrator, 1 unit dump truck 12 cubic yard capacity, 1 unit 1 bagger concrete mixer, 1 unit payloader 1.5 cubic meter capacity, 1 unit vibro hammer 60 tons capacity, 1 unit water pump with 100 suction, and the last 1 unit water truck with pump with 16,000 liters capacity. The list of equipment must be supported with proof of ownership, updated ORCR, and in case it is lease contract construction equipment, the lease contract agreement should be contract and project specific. Also must comply with the required equipment capacity as per bid data sheet of this project. For the required laboratory equipment are the applicable testing equipment as enumerated in Annex A of Department of 11 series of 2017 equipment. For the scope of work and specification will be discussed by the representative from Planning and Design Section.
Morning po. The proposed project has a physical target of 740 linear meters of flood control structure to station limits Station 0 plus 460.00 to Station 0 plus 680.00 and Station 0 plus 700 to Station 1 plus 220.00 left side facing upstream of Barangay Bridge. The structure is 4 meters high, measured from the top of the pile cap to the top of the structure, with front slope of 1:1 and back slope of 1:2. The structure has 6 meters steel sheet piles to be driven below the ground. The pile cap is a Class A concrete. The structure contains handling block embankment with 500 mm thick stone masonry and covered with concrete slope protection and parapet wall. Interlocking walls are provided every 25 meters interval. The concrete slope protection is double reinforced, 0.20 meters thick structural concrete reinforced with 12 diameter bars spaced at 0.30 meters. Installation of 38 millimeter diameter GI stair railings is located every 15 meters. The structure has a concrete parapet with a total height of 1.6 meters, 0.6 meters embedded, and thickness of 0.30 meters reinforced, with 12 millimeter diameter of reinforced steel tab.
For the next contract ID, 25 FO 0069, organizational outcome, project, protect lives and properties against major floods, flood management program construction, rehabilitation of flood mitigation facilities with major river basins and principal rivers, construction of flood mitigation structures of Bicol River Basin at Barangay Zone 5, Libon, Albay. The approved budget for the contract is 135,100,000 pesos. For contract duration, 300 calendar days. Or category code as per DEO 117, series of 2017 is FCSPC. Qualified prospective bidders should be registered with a classified by the pickup with at least license category B or small A. Amount of bidding document is 50,000 pesos. For minimum equipment requirements, 1 unit backhoe, 0.8 cubic meter capacity, 1 unit cargo truck, 9 to 10 metric ton capacity, 1 unit concrete vibrator, 1 unit dump truck, 12 cubic yard capacity, 1 unit 1 bagger concrete mixer, 1 unit wheel loader, 1.5 cubic meter capacity, 1 unit microhower, 60 tons capacity, 1 unit water pump with 100 suction diameter, 1 unit water truck with pump with a 16,000 liters capacity. The list of equipment required must be supported with proof of ownership updated to RCR, and in case this construction equipment of this contract agreement should be contract and project specific. Also must comply with the required equipment capacity as per bid data sheet of this project. For the scope of work and specifications will be discussed to us by representative from the flood mitigation section.
Good morning again, po. The proposed project along 4 sections have a physical target of 1,067 linear meters with station of section 1, station 00, station 253.79 left side. Section 2, station 0 plus 260 to station 0 plus 538 meters left side. Section 3, station 00 to station 0 plus 253 right side, and section 4, station 0 plus 260 to station 0 plus 538 right side, located along Zone 5 Libon and Basin. The proposed project has 6 meters steel sheet spans all throughout the station to be driven below the ground. The specification of YSP to 48 kg per linear meter. The pile cap is Class A concrete. The proposed project varies in height of the structure from the top of the pile cap to the top of the structure. The structure contains hand-laid rock embankment covered with 0.50 meters thick stone masonry, and the outermost part is protected by concrete slope protection all throughout the target length. The concrete slope protection is 0.20 meter thick structural concrete reinforced with 12 millimeter diameter bars spaced at 0.30 meters both ways, doubly reinforced. Installation of 38 millimeter diameter GI stair railings is located every 15 meters. Excavation works for item 1711 stone masonry, and item 17.12.2, concrete slope protection were not included in the computation of quantities for item 7021A, structure excavation common source, since backhoe is already included. The project has a total duration of 300 calendar days based on DO number 71 series of 2013 and considering the predetermined unworkable days.
For further instruction to bidders, this is common to all above projects mentioned. Complete set of document can be acquired on April 15, 2025 until the submission of bids on May 6, 2025 at DPWH Albay 3rd District Engineering Office during weekdays from 8 a.m. to 12 noon and 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Bidders can make payment for the purchase of bid documents at any DPWH field office. It may be also be downloaded from Philippine Government Electronic Procurement System (PhilJEPS) website www.philjeps.com.ph or DPWH website www.dpwh.com.ph. The cutoff time for securing the memo for order of payment is at 8:45 a.m. and for the payment for fee to the accounting section is at 9:15 a.m. or on a deadline date for the receipt of the back of bids on May 6, 2025. The technical and financial documents must be paginated, bounded, tab marked, and properly sealed. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically or online. Bidders should only select one mode of bid submission, the manual or by electronic. For manual submission, bidders shall present official receipt of payment project specific to the back secretariat of this office before the deadline stated. Only the owner, authorized representative as reflected in the CRC will be allowed to transact business relative to bidding matters per Department Order 197 Series of 2001 and also must present two government issued ID with photo and signature. Bids must be duly received by BAC Secretariat on May 6, 2025 at 10 a.m. through either by manual submission at DPWH Albay 3rd Procurement Unit Office, Balogo, Bicol City, for the online or electronic submission at electronic bids underscore Albay 3rd at dpws.gov.ph, similar to the manual submission. The guidelines for the preparation and submission of an electronic bid are contained in the BDS. Late bid will not be accepted. Bid opening will be on May 6, right after the deadline for submission and dropping of bids at Procurement Unit Office at DPWH Balogo, City. Bid will be open in the presence of the bidder's representative. As per Section 30 of 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184, preliminary examination of bids, the BAC shall check the submitted documents and each bidder against a checklist of required documents to ascertain if they are all present using non-discretion pass-fail criteria as stated in the instruction to bidders. The contract will be awarded to the lowest calculated responsive bidder, LCRB, determined during post-qualification. This office will implement Department Order 28 of 2024, a three-strike policy in the procurement of contract for infrastructure works, goods, and consulting services. Bidder, Bidders are reminded and emphasized that if at the time of post-qualification procedures, the BAC verifies that any of the deficiencies is due to the contractor's fault or negligence, pursuant to Section 34.3 of 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184, the procuring entity shall disqualify the contractor from award without any rights to reimburse fees and incidental cost paid for the procurement of infrastructure contract subject of the bid. Bidders are advised to indicate their company email address in the bidding documents. Official communication pertaining to this procurement after the opening of bids will be through the internet on the said official email address as reflected on your bidding documents. The DPWH Albay 3rd DEO reserve the rights to reject any and all bids, declare a failure of bidding, and not to award the contract at any time prior to contract award in accordance to the Section 35 and Section 41 of 2016 revised IRR of 9184 without any incurring liability to the affected bidders. So that's all for any clarification regarding what we have discussed for today's three projects. If there is none, that ends our private conference. For the viewers, thank you for watching.